In this video, we will discuss how to use the MGC Diagnostics Ascent Lab Manager software. Lab Manager is an optional productivity data retrieval tool within the Ascent application that allows the user to extract testing metrics using configurable filters. If you would like to know how many tests a particular technician or workstation performed within a specific time period, or if you would like to be able to report the grading of each test a technician performs based on the ATS and ERS guidelines, Ascent Lab Manager helps you keep track of your lab's productivity and allows you to report these findings and export the data out as a PDF file. The Lab Management tool is a licensed feature. Consult your local sales representative if you have questions about obtaining this software option. Users must have admin rights to access the admin menu and use this feature. Lab Management is only available in Ascent version 2.3 or higher. Let's get started by opening the Ascent software. From the home screen, click on the main menu icon in the upper right of the screen. Next, click on the Admin button. On the next screen, click on Lab Management. When Lab Manager is selected, there will be two default queries to choose from. Both of these queries can be used to calculate the number of tests performed by a particular device or workstation, or by a particular technician. How to query by technician grades will be covered later in this video. For the default queries, only the filters can be changed. The results side of the queries are locked and cannot be changed. To be able to change both the filters and the results, make a copy of the query that closely matches the type of query you would like to create. Here we will make a copy of the full PFT query by highlighting the query, then click on the copy icon located at the top right of the screen. A new query, full PFT copy, will now be listed in the queries section. If you created a copy of a query and wish to change the name, highlight the new query, then edit the name of the query at the top of the screen. If you wish to create a new query with all fields blank, click on the blue plus sign, then name your query and fill in the filters and results sections. Note, after making changes to any query, be sure to click on the Save button at the bottom of the screen to save your changes. For this demonstration, I have added a new query called Clinic PFT. Next, let's look at the filters. All of the filters can remain blank except for patient type and visit date range. By leaving a filter blank, it will pull data from all sources. As an example, if workstation is left blank and you have more than one workstation in your database, data will be pulled from all workstations. If you are a small lab with only one site, one workstation, and one device, leaving these fields blank would be acceptable. However, these fields are in the query report. If you want the report to be populated with this information, then select the appropriate information from the drop-down lists. After you have configured the filters, select your query type. There are two types of queries: visit totals and technician grades. For this example, I want to know how many of each test were performed, so I have selected visit totals. Next, I select what type of tests I want to report on. To add a new test type, click the blue plus sign, and then select the test type and the effort type from the drop-down menus. Test type has all of the tests available in the Ascent software. Effort type has pre-only, pre and post, and pre, post, and challenge. Continue to add test types until you have completed your query. In this example, I created a short query looking for the number of pre-only FVC tests, pre- and post-FVC tests, and pre-only DLCO tests. With the query complete, click on the Run Query button to compute the number of tests performed. To create a PDF document of the report, click on the PDF icon in the upper right of the screen. Here is an example of the PDF report. Remember to click the Save button to save any changes to your query. Next, we will create a new query by clicking on the blue plus sign, looking for the test grades for a particular technician. Here we have created a query called Technician John Doe. For jobs, we selected Technician from the drop-down list. For Care Professional, we selected John Doe from the drop-down list. For query type, Technician grades needs to be selected. Once you have selected Technician grades, a list of grades is displayed. However, you must then select the type of test from the drop-down menu. Because the ATS and ERS do not have a grading system in place for all variables, only those variables listed are graded within the Ascent software. In this example, I have selected FVC. To add another variable, click the blue plus sign. For this query, I have added a total of 3 variables: FVC, DLCO, and FRC pleth. Once you have added the desired variables, click the Run Query button to display the grading of each test. According to the ATS and ERS guidelines, one overall grade is given to pre-FVC and one grade for pre-FEV1, regardless of the number of efforts performed. Another overall grade is given to post-FVC and also to post-FEV1. This means that if a visit had a pre- and post-bronchodilator spirometry test, there would be 2 grades for FVC and 2 grades for FEV1. FRC-PLEF and FRCN2 will also have 1 overall grade per pre- and post-stage. For DLCO, the ATS and ERS guidelines grade each effort independently. If one patient performs 3 DLCO efforts, there will be 3 DLCO grades in the query for that one visit. To create a PDF document of the report, click on the PDF icon in the upper right of the screen. Here is an example of the PDF report. Please note, in Ascent version 2.3 and 2.4, all stages for FVC and FEV1 are graded, including bronchial provocation stages. However, because the bronchial provocation stages are difficult to grade based on the nature of the test, Ascent version 2.5 and higher will only grade the pre- and post stages for FVC and FEV1. Also note that in Ascent version 2.5 and higher, there will be the ability to export the data in a form that can be imported into an Excel spreadsheet. Thank you for watching this video. To talk with a sales professional, please contact sales support at 1-800-655-1133 or email sales support at salessupport@mgcdiagnostics.com. For technical questions on lab management, contact technical support at 1-800-333-4137 or email us at support@mgcdiagnostics.com.